Hello class, today we're going to be learning about covalent Lewis dot notes. As always, we want to start with the correct formula. Today we're going to use carbon dioxide, which if you know proper nomenclature, you can just make that out to be CO2. So our next step would be to draw Lewis dots for appropriate number of atoms, right? So we got one carbon, so we're going to draw one carbon, 2 oxygens, so we have 2 oxygens here. So on our periodic table, we can clearly see that carbon has 4 valence electrons, so we will draw 4 in this kind of a way. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Oxygen has 6, so we do 2 oxygens and we go 6. When you're doing the dots, you want to make sure that you count in this kind of way. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same thing goes for the other oxygen. So when we're done doing that, you can tell that the oxygen has two lone pairs, which means that there's 2 valence electrons here and here by themselves. Same thing here. So draw the lines connecting lonely electrons. So when you do that, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 empty spaces for electrons to be there. So in carbon, you draw one line connecting there. That's one connection. You have another one here. That's another connection. We have 2 left now, right? So we have 2 left and we have 2 open spaces here. So we draw one connection there and another connection here. So once you're done with that, you want to make sure that the carbon has no more electrons left to give. So we're gonna redraw the structure and make it pretty. So what I like to do is I like to put the donor, as I like to call it, which would be the carbon, in the middle to separate the charges. So the carbon goes in the middle and we have our oxygen here, right? So what we want to do, how we want to draw this is we want to keep the lines that we use to connect them drawn. So we have carbon and carbon had 4, so we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. To make this easier, when you're drawing the connections, automatically just draw them out. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, just like here. Each connection is going to have 2 electrons attached to it. So in total, this will be 2, 4, 6, 8. Right? So when we're done doing that, we draw our 2 oxygens and we draw how many dots they had. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're done with that. Now we got to count to make sure everyone has 8 dots. So here, oxygen, I drew it in black right here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oxygen has 8. It's happy. Carbon, I drew in red to differentiate. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Carbon is happy. Oxygen, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So they're happy. Everyone has 8 dots. A couple things to keep in mind is that the leftmost element will be the control atom. So the element that's to the left. So in this case, oxygen was farthest to the left, so that was our control atom. Each line represents 2 electrons being shared. So like I said, these lines have 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And this would be your final of how to do covalent Lewis dots. Thank you for watching.